Welcome to the Masterclass. Before I start off, I'd like to extend a warm welcome to TestMonitor. We are committed to providing you with the most user-friendly test management app with best-in-class features for software testing and measuring software quality. The origin of TestMonitor is based on our belief that quantification of quality is essential for success in an IT-driven world. We challenged ourselves to encourage anyone to contribute to quality measurement and to gain vital information from it in the process. This way, anyone can be a tester, and anyone is aware of the project's or product status, represented by simple facts and numbers. Let's go over the program of this masterclass. You are now watching Part 1, the introduction. In this video, I will explain who we are and why testing is so important. The next video, Part 2, covers the basics of TestMonitor, broken down into 6 stages. The third video covers more in-depth parts, such as projects and security. The last video covers the use of TestMonitor, showing the basic elements and user interface. You are free to skip certain parts or watch certain parts at a later time. We will add new content as well, as we are introducing new features and improvements, so make sure to revisit the TestMonitor Academy frequently. TestMonitor started in 1997 as a consulting firm specialized in test management. Our vision was simple. Software quality is vital for a successful IT project. Over the years, we developed a methodology and software for simple and structured testing to support that vision. Since then, TestMonitor has grown from a small desktop application to a full-blown cloud-based app with a multidisciplinary team of developers, a support team, and QA engineers. The purpose of TestMonitor is to measure software quality. But why? Here are several reasons. One of the more obvious reasons would be to build the best product. Software bugs can hurt your product's reputation significantly, so it's usually best to make sure you fix them before deployment. In a competitive market, offering a stable product is generally seen as a big advantage for both the vendor and the customer. A higher customer satisfaction is another good reason. Software that doesn't work properly or that is hard to use causes unnecessary frustration. Improving software quality with this goal in mind will keep users motivated. The amount of articles and stories about software projects failing or being shut down is incredibly common and is very painful for your reputation or brand. And ultimately, it will save a lot of time and money in the long term. Fixing issues in a later stage almost always is more difficult and more costly. Any time you may have saved in an early stage will end up taking even more time than you've planned initially. Imagine for a moment you have a budget of $50,000 and you already spent $45,000 of it, yet you are far from the finish line. Knowing this makes it easy to conclude that we're in trouble, right? The same is the case for time. A project has a deadline, and you know exactly in weeks or months how much time you are spending. However, software quality or quality in general is a vague principle. How do you measure it? Imagine how amazing it would be to measure our quality in queues, for example. We are already at 100 queues, and we didn't even spend half our budget. It would be amazing for competitors. We are already at 120 queues. How many do you have? Or developers that brag about how many queues they added to a project. Unfortunately, this is not the case, because quality is different for everyone. The beautiful words of John Ruskin tell us that you always need to put effort towards securing quality. If you hope that it happens by itself, you won't be able to guarantee a certain quality and will have to put in effort once again to get it back. Some people think you can just freestyle testing by pressing a couple of buttons and seeing what happens. However, you as a tester are at least partly responsible to make sure everything works as intended. It's the last stage before the software will be put through its paces in real life. Testing can suddenly become more difficult. Did you actually check every single feature? Did other testers encounter the same bug, or is it just me? Was every issue solved and retested? Did I remember to follow up on that last-minute bug? In order to be able to find your way in this chaos and the responsibilities of testing, you need to manage your tests in a structured environment. That's where TestMonitor comes into play. In the next video, I will tell you more about how TestMonitor adds structure to your tests. Make sure to stay in touch and subscribe. Please consider hitting the like button, subscribing to our channel, and enabling notifications for future video updates. Thanks for watching the introduction video. Please watch the next parts to become a real TestMonitor expert.